like a piano.
Only if you're good at something else, you'd be useful.
Man, if only I can impress my friends with some cooking skills.
What's up, guys? It's the high school HashSlingers. I'm Chef Ayden.
I'm Chef Keyan.
And today we're going to teach you how to impress your friends and make some classic beef Wellington.
Alright, so we got our ingredients right here. With the beef Wellington, what it is, it's a loin. What's that? That's that. That's wrapped in a whole bunch of great goodies. We got our mushroom that we're going to use to make the gazelle. That's going to be processed. We have prosciutto that's going to wrap the meat with the gazelle. We're going to use eggs that we're going to put on top of the puff pastry to get a nice crispy little creamy top. Fresh herbs, thyme, going to give it some, spice. And then we got a really nice European mustard. Alright, so we have a pan heated up right here. We got some butter and some of our fresh thyme. We're going to sear the loin. So take our brother, get it in there, melt it down all nice, get a nice little, liquid. Now, my pan was a little too hot, so it browned the butter, but it's okay. We're just using the butter to pull some of the flavor out of the meat. And it's hot enough to just, melt on the skillet because the skillet's so darn hot. Now we're going to take our fresh ingredients, toss them in there, and take our full loin, and you're searing it. The key isn't to cook the meat, it should just get a nice crispy outside. That's where all the flavor comes. It's some scientific term for it. I don't know it, but it's really going to add some nice flavor. And you can probably grab tongs to do this. I didn't have them nearby, so I'm using my hands. And see, we're doing it to color, so you see how it's not cooking all the way through. It's just getting a nice crisp on it. And now once you know that you got the full steak done all the way throughout, we're going to go ahead and do the ends. I want to make sure the caps are seared too. And then you're going to want to make sure you have a clean plate to put the meat on when it's done so it can rest. And so now it's all done. We're going to let it sit, and it's going to rest. And now we're going to move on to our duxelle.
Okay, so next we're going to make our duxelle, and we're going to be using our mushrooms and a nice little food processor. Just going to pop them in there, and you're going to use it on low, and you're going to do a nice little pulse. Just like so. And you want to make sure not to make it into a paste, rather finely chunks. You got your duxelle, it's going to look like a little paste kind of thing like this. And we add a little bit of garlic and some thyme and some butter in there too. You can add it depending on what your tendencies are. But so all we're gonna do now, we've got a dry pan. Make sure it's dry on like medium-low temperature. And we're just gonna pop this in there, just like that. Look at that. Looks delectable. Our duxelle is looking pretty dry now. It's still got a little bit of moisture to keep it together. But basically, you're gonna try to go like this, make it into a kind of an omelet shape. You're going to take it to your wrap, and you're just going to dump it right on top. Boom. And then now you're going to want to make sure to use your spatula to lather it around. Try to make it even, and try not to mess up the little ridges here, because you want to keep the wrap in its shape.
Alright, so we're going to take our loin, and we're going to get ready to wrap it. Now, we got our cling here. And gently try to lift it up and get it to go on top of our meat. And now we're going to use the wrap to roll it into one solid piece. Get all that extra meat together. And then with the saran wrap, we're going to use the saran wrap to do the work and tighten up our Wellington, grabbing the ends up to the roast, And the tighter you can get this, the tighter and rounder the shape of your meat's going to be. The rounder the shape of your meat, the more evenly it's going to cook. Now after you got this all tied up and set to go, we're going to pop it in the fridge and let it sit for 15 minutes. Alright, so we have our dough rolled out. This is sat for the right amount of time. It's all firmed up and nice in one piece. We're cutting off the ends with any of the excess that we're not going to need. And now we're going to carefully unwrap it. And then this, when we unwrap it, should stay as one solid piece, which it is, which is good. This is probably one of the trickiest parts. Now we're going to take this and set it in our dough. And now, just like we did with the prosciutto the first time, how we rolled everything on top, same thing here. Take it, make the saran wrap do the work, and transfer our dough onto our meat. Roll it up nice, and then we're going to use a saran wrap to pull it all the way through and pull it nice and tight. We're going to grab the ends just like we did, same style, get it all in there, and really just tighten that thing up. And again, the rounder you get it at this point makes it more even when you go to cook it. And you want to make sure that it's not going to pop at any points. And so it's all set, and we're going to have this rest again for another 15 minutes.
We've taken our beef Wellington out of the refrigerator. Now we've got our egg wash. I'm going to put a little bit of salt in there. What I'm going to do is just take this brush. I'm just going to baste it. Not baste it. You're gonna paint it. Boom. Until really as much as you want, but you should probably cover the whole thing.
The egg wash is what's gonna make the dough that crispy golden crunch that we all love. Alright, because we're real chefs here, we're gonna put some decorative scoring on our dough. And these not only gonna make this look really cool, it's going to stop the dough from puffing up too much. We're going to do this on both sides. Alright, so we have our probe set to the middle, and it's set to 120 degrees. So that's what we're going to be cooking this to. Alright. And got the Wellington in the oven, set to 425. And now we're just going to wait till
Make sure it's on conventional bake. Alright, so it's hit 120, so we're going to take this guy out. Oh, that's hot. Our Wellington's out, gotta wait about 15 minutes.
Alright, so we let it sit for 15 minutes, now it's time to see the famous cross section of the beef welly. Ooh, you gotta be careful that you don't lose the inside. How about that?
Look how far we come now, 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 now. There's beauty in the unity we found. I'm ready. We still got a long way, but look how far we come now.
Oh, it's video. Sorry.